Well, I'm going to start with awesome because that's what Monty does. Hi, everyone. This is Robin Blank Muscaria. I'm in Bozeman, Montana, and I want to give you a warm, special welcome to our Wise Women Weekly Hangout. We get together every Thursday, and it may change. We'll see, but we're here to be there in support for you and your business and your life, and actually how to build a successful business from the softer side. And I get to co-host with one of the most amazing women I've ever met, Monty Patterson, who's in Columbus, Ohio, and we get together to share resources and wisdom, and we have many wonderful special guests, and we get to share some of our own background and experience with each of you. So today, we're going to have a special call. We are stepping into a very special time of the year, and people treat this time of the year in many different ways. So our topic today is to have the best holiday season ever. And we mean ever, and we mean it on a personal and professional level, because people have interesting beliefs about this time of year, and we are in charge of our lives. We are the script writer of our journey, and so we get to do it the way we want to do it. And that's what we're going to talk about today, of writing the script. So I want to welcome you, and thank you for being here, and welcome Monty.
Thank you, Robin. Hi, everybody. This is going to be a fun episode of Wise Women Weekly. We are so happy that all of you are here with us. Today is all about as we are and what we do, and just sharing, from our hearts about this time of year. This is actually a wonderful time of the year, and I love how you said that, Robin. We are the script writers of our lives, and so I had to write that one down because that was a good one. So everybody, again, we're so happy that you've joined us.
Wonderful. And in case you haven't noticed how gorgeous Monty is, oh my goodness, I was so thrilled to see her looking in her full magnificence today. So there's wonderful, fun things we can do to have even more fun. So let's get started. We're going to start with the business part. And Monty, I know that this is your favorite time of the year to build a business. So why don't we start out and have you share a little bit. Why is that?
That's a wonderful question, Robin. Well, here's the thing. So many people think that the holiday season is meant to slow down their business because people are shopping and they're doing all kinds of other things with their money, and that their money is allocated for other things outside of shopping with you. And I remember what it was like, not only was I in network marketing, but I wanted to support entrepreneurs in general. And so I started hosting these events where I would have different people, put together, they would come, they would showcase, their items, no matter what business they were in. And I encouraged people in the community to shop with local entrepreneurs. And so when people would come in, instead of having their money just go to all the big retailers, they would come and they would find and discover incredible things. But during those times, it was fun because, not only is everyone in the holiday spirit, they're also, it's a great time to get to know new people, but it's a magnificent time to be able to share your goods, your services, and your products. And here's the reason why, because I always made sure that I focused on products, and if I ever chose a business, that were either demonstratable, that had a beautiful story to them, and so on. And so those were great things to share as gifts during the holidays. And when people use them, they fall in love with them, and they begin to share them, and so on. And so I always found the holidays to be an amazing time to get creative, whether it was gift baskets, whether it was, parties, if you're showing up at a dinner party, guess what you show up with? You show up with a gift for the host, or the hostess. And so those were always extremely fun ways for me to share without being pushy, but also a time to get to know new people. I mean, people are all going to holiday parties, and it's not a time where you know everybody there, so it's an amazing time to network while enjoying the holidays. So that was why, yeah.
Okay, so you said so many great things, and I heard fun several times, and I think we know that when we're having a good time, we're more magnetic. And you mentioned networking, and I think a lot of people, have this belief about the holidays that when it's holiday time, you don't talk about business, but there's other ways to infer about business during the holidays. And like you said, getting to know people, because we're around a lot of people we hadn't met before. So what are some ways that you like to, like when you're going to an event, Monty, and you're meeting some new people, that you connect with them at this time of year?
This is the perfect time too, because when you're meeting people, the great thing about that is that, one of the things that I do is, we talked about form before, but that's an amazing icebreaker at a party. Hi, my name is Monty. What's your name? And as you shake hands and everything's fun, and or people, whether they come to me, either way it goes, it's a great time. What do you do? People always want to know what you do, and I just turn around and I ask, I answer them. I might say that I'm a networking professional, or I'm a small business owner or something of that nature, but I want to know about them, and this is a great time to learn a lot about people, because as you're mingling and you find out about what they do, what do they love most about what they're doing, it's getting time for resolutions. And so during that time, I like, how was your year? Like during this time of year, how was your 2014? Did you absolutely love what you did? And so that's one of my favorite questions to ask at the year-end parties. Did you absolutely love your job? And sometimes you're like, and then I'm like, oh my, well, how was your 2014? They'll reciprocate the question, and then I turn around, oh my gosh, my 2014, it was absolutely amazing. Then I can begin to share more about what I do. But I don't go into full presentation mode. I simply go into the mode of, did you love what you do? Because this is the time of year when people are thinking about, if they didn't like their year, what am I going to do next year to make it better? This is the time, where we're talking about getting healthier, losing weight, making more money, making transitions. It's really, really amazing. And even right now, everybody, it's a really, really great time, because guess what people are looking for? They're looking for extra money for the holidays. And so again, there are so many reasons why this year should actually accelerate your business rather than slowing it down, because we have incredible opportunities that we can share with people over and over again. So from the personal side to what they're going to do next year, to helping them get some extra money right now, all in all, I just think this is the most fun time of the year to build a business. For me anyway, period.
For you anyway, period.
Yeah.
But, I really want everyone to hear what Monty said. That is so beautiful, because I just recently was at an event. I mean, actually it was today, and there was 100 people there, and I was walking around meeting a lot of new people, and I asked a lot of questions. And really one of the keys that I heard you say is to be interested versus interesting. Because so many people, people love to talk about themselves, and it's so easy to get into talking about ourselves, but really this time is a time to learn about other people, to connect with other people, to learn about them, and to use that acronym that Monty shared, FORM, which, family, occupation, recreation, money or meaning, or whatever you want to call it, and ask really good questions and listen really well, because when people talk about themselves and you actually listen, they really want to connect with you more, and people want to do business with people that they like. So we have more opportunities at this time of year than any time of year to really connect with lots of new people. And that question you asked, what did you love most about your business, and what was, what do you absolutely love about your business? I had to write that one down, because most people don't. They really don't. And that creates another opening that you don't need to go into at that time. But like Monty said, it's really finding out what's important to people. And this is the time of year that people are doing a lot of assessment. And I think it's wonderful to ask some great questions. What are you most proud of in this year? What was a highlight for your year? What do you want to be even better next year? So I'll share my questions in just a minute. So Monty, what are some other questions that you like to ask when you're meeting some new people?
Wow, when I'm meeting new people, it depends on how the conversation is flowing. I definitely love hearing more about I like hearing about their families, most importantly, because you learn a lot about people when you hear about their family dynamic. And so I ask, if they talk about their children, that type of thing. I want to know how old they are, what do they do, what do you like to do for extracurriculars. I think the most important thing for me during this time is to be able to tap into the fact that everyone's really in a euphoric state anyway. So the vibrational level of the conversation is higher and people are more receptive, and you make a better impression, especially if you come from the standpoint, like you were saying, be interested, not just interesting. Because when you're there and you're looking to make a new friend and and build that bridge, they look forward to hearing from you. And if they don't hear from you because you've made such a great impression or you guys really hit it off, then they're actually looking to call you to catch up and learn more about what you do. And so those are some of the most fun times for me anyway. But here's one of the things that I love to ask outside of the family dynamic, outside of the business dynamic. I also want to know what their future goals are. If they happen to say, no, I didn't really like this year, or no, business wasn't that great, or I didn't really enjoy what I do, because I think a really important ingredient in the recipe of success in business is that you like what you're doing, that you enjoy who you're around, you enjoy who you're working with. And a lot of times when people don't have that, the business becomes a chore. And so, when I'm asking those questions, I really want to know. And then especially if we hit it off, that's when we see if there might be a good fit. But that's definitely not the time to do that at that party, unless someone's simply, really pressing. And I still don't give them everything then, because that's not the time in the space. But it really is about making an incredible connection, which this time of year I always make the most, more so than the summer, when everybody's kind of, doing their thing and, out and about and everything. This is a time when everybody's just like, what? This is time of reflection. This is a time of family. This is a time that has a lot of meaning for people. And because of that, we're able to really share with them, and really have heart exchanges about, what was amazing and what was incredible, about the 2014 or however, you want to look at it, but also what your goals are for next year. If you didn't enjoy last year, what are your hopes and dreams to make that better? What do you dream of when you're in your quiet time? Do you ever think about, what life would be like if you were able to, let me just take this from you, Robin. Let's do this when you had a script writer. This is a great question, I think. If you could write the script of your life for 2015, what would that look like?
Whoa. Love it. And I remember years ago, you just said something so important, hopes and dreams. And one of the things that's so beautiful about our profession, and what I heard from someone years ago, they said the reason I got into this profession, the reason is someone asked me about my dreams, and no one had ever asked me about my dreams before. And my heart sunk, and at the same time a huge light bulb went on, because we are in the business of helping people fulfill their dreams, and we've got to start out with the question, what are they? So asking people about that, and to realize that for a lot of people, that is something that's never, ever happened before. So one of our jobs is to ask those wonderful questions, to get people into that introspective place, to look back at the year of what went well, what could have gone even better, writing the script for the new year to ideally have it just the way you want it. And one of the things that I always like to recommend, and those of you that are regulars on our Wise Women Weekly program, thank you, by the way. You've heard me say this before, but I ask people when you're getting started in the business to write your list. What's your list of qualities and characteristics of the people you want to have in your business with you? And, people that are professional, and people that are coachable and willing to be a student, people you like, people that inspire you, people that share your values. So when we're connecting with new people and meeting new people, I suggest asking some of these kinds of questions. What's your, what do you enjoy most about your business? What do you want more of? And so, you can find out what books are you reading? What are you loving to learn about now? So you can find out by doing some, very subtle qualifications when you're getting to know people too, to see if they're even a potential fit for being with you in your business. And so from that place, we can really, enjoy getting to know people. And it isn't a time to, really promote a business so much as really getting a relationship going by really asking some of those deeper questions. Any other ones you want to ask, Monty?
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to make a note of, that in an event type of environment, I don't go really deep with the questions. I literally just want like one answer that I'll remember when we follow up to have more time. So, for example, one of the things I might say is, okay, so 2014 was for you. What is one thing that you would do to make your 2015 amazing? And so that way I have like, something that they have in mind as a goal, or I would, I would build a business, or I would start a new job, or I would have a new career, or I would work less hours, or I would have more, flexibility with my schedule. I want to listen to that, and so that when we do follow up on a conversation, now I'm like, okay, I remember when we were at the party and you were saying that the one thing that you would do, would be to have more time and more freedom. Oh yeah, let's talk about that a little bit more. I'm curious to know more about that. And so that way I'm not having to remember everything about them, because I can't write everything, but I sure can if I put their note or their number on my phone, or if we're doing a business card exchange, I can go back and I can write that down. Time freedom, more money, those types of things. And so I just wanted to make sure I made that note.
Love that note, and love the word curious, because I think that's one of the most valuable things we can be in our business model is curious. Yeah. Curious shows how much we care, and curious is something that people love, and curious is, I think, what creates us to be very, very effective. Many years ago, I was in the career transition field, and I worked with thousands and thousands of people making career transitions, and sadly, some people lost their jobs at the holiday time, and they buy into the belief that this is the worst time of year to be looking for a job, when in fact, it's the best time of year, because we're exposed to so many more people, and if we use it wisely to really develop the relationships. And I love what you said, Monty, about using your phone, putting their name and contact info and one or two words in there, so that when you do the follow-up, you've got a place to start, because you know a little bit more about them, and you can go from there. So this is an amazing time of year, and to enjoy it. And one of the things I love to remember is how we end the year is how we begin the new year. So if we get strong, we start strong, and so many people say, "Oh, I'll wait till the new year to get started." I'll just kind of wait till after the holidays. But this is a time to be doing a lot of deeper work and a lot of relationship building. And what else, Monty, are we doing at this time of year?
Well, you mentioned when we were talking journaling, your ideal holiday season, both personally and professionally. I want you to just share a little bit more with our listening audience.
Well, thank you so much for asking. Several years ago, someone, I don't remember, I always am, and one of the things I recommend everyone do at this time of year is be the student. Go deeper into your studies of the profession, of personal development, because there's certain things that do quiet down, so it makes it easier to do that. And I was introduced to this concept of writing down what my ideal holiday season is like. And I did that, and it set the intention. Talk about, we are the script writer for our life. It is our life. How do we want it to be? Now, it may not be exactly in the details, but setting the intention that I want to have the healthiest, happiest, most joyful, successful holiday season ever. And what does that mean? And so take notes and write that down. Healthy. I want to make healthy choices. I want to stay with my regular practices, whether they're, breathing, meditation, exercise, journaling, whatever they may be. But to really know that, stress is one of those things that a lot of people get caught up in the holidays, and I'm going to talk in a little bit about some things we can do for that. But when we look at having our business be successful during the holidays, what does that mean? It could mean something as simple as we get one new builder that we really get to work with deeply, that has some great momentum building, because one person, as we know, can literally change our business. And so what is it that you want? So I invite everyone to take the time, and whether you journal on your computer or you have a journal or a piece of notebook paper, it doesn't matter, but ask yourself, how do you want this holiday season to be? What is your highest ideals of having the best holiday season you've ever had? And start jotting down notes and live in the question and look around saying, I don't want to feel rushed. I want to feel calm. I want to feel focused. I want to have quality conversations with my teammates, with my family. I want to really relax and enjoy Thanksgiving and really truly be grateful. I want to start my gratitude exercises now and every day, morning and night, to look at what I'm grateful for, because in all the work on happiness and all the research, they're saying that's one of the top ingredients for people to really truly be happy, is a sense of gratitude. And so I invite everyone to start right now, because we're as soon as Halloween's over, we're already into it. And so now it's the time. How am I going to enjoy the holiday season? How is it going to be the best ever? How am I going to have the most success in my business? How am I going to end this year off strong and healthy so I start the new year healthy? What do you want to say about that?
I love that, Robin. I was writing things down because, that's so important. And I used to be one of those that completely stressed out every holiday season. And it was about wanting to make sure everybody had everything that they asked for on their list and that nobody was ever forgotten. And it was, I remember the first and the last time that I went Black Friday shopping. And I remember being there and getting up. I think it was like 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm out shopping and I'm deliriously sleepy and I'm just getting all kinds of things for the boys, because you know how they have the wee hour shopping, and people were pushing and rushing into the stores, and I'm going, wait a minute, what did I just buy into here? I just bought into the stress, and I'm forgetting why we personally celebrate. And I think that everybody celebrates the holiday seasons for their own personal reasons and in their own personal way. But I had felt like I bought into a lot of the hustle, the bustle, the rush, the stress. And I had to realize, right here in that heart space, that didn't feel good. And it didn't feel like what it was really all about. So for me, it was really all about shifting perspective, understanding what that was really like. We began to reprioritize, what that meant. It didn't mean just give me, but it also meant to have that reciprocation, the ebb and flow. Can we give more than we receive, and putting love above all things. But that was our personal family decision. But I think that that's really important, because when this is a great time of being able to reflect and have a lot of gratitude for life. And so I've done it once, never have done it again. but I think it's really important to be able to have that, because really that's what gratitude is, Robin. When you mention that, it's a perspective shift, is it not?
Oh, Monty, it really becomes a filter for everything. And I just want to say how grateful I am to you. One of the greatest gifts of this year was that I got to meet you this year. I feel like I've known you forever, but I got to meet you, and we have this opportunity to share our love of this profession together and to be with people every week and share wonderful things. So gratitude just, it shifts the energy for everything. So it is a powerful time of year. Thanksgiving's always been my favorite holiday. And I realize, I've been collecting certain things over the years for, nice placemats for the holidays and this and that. And this year I'm into this program called Clutternomics. And we had a guest a while ago, Kathleen Ronald, and I'll tell you, I am taking her class right now. And my life is changing. It is transforming, and I'm sending her notes every day of what I'm doing. So, I am grateful that I have less instead of more. I am grateful to have space in my drawers and closet and a whole lot less emails. I get so many. And so looking at the little things, it's really the little things that are done consistently that make the difference. And so, you know, gratitude is one of those beautiful, beautiful things. We don't need to have any stuff to be grateful. We can be grateful that we just got to wake up that morning and we got to take a nice deep breath. And so, Mani, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I too am grateful for you. We talk about this all the time, Robin, and I'm grateful for this platform of Wise Women Weekly and the people that support it and share it, and you know, the notes that we get, you know, and knowing that what we're doing here may be, you know, 30 to 60 minutes of our time, but to know that it makes an impact is tremendously, tremendously rewarding. And so I am excited. I remember when we first met, do you remember that when we first saw each other? And I'm like,
first.
Yeah. And you see how this, and see, no, I just want to say this really quickly. This is the beauty of this profession. If it wasn't for this profession, we would have never met. I have friends that have become lifelong friends, even if we didn't do the same business, even if the business wasn't a good fit for them at all, even if they just are not good fits for the networking space, they have become dear friends. And, you know, I just thought about this the other day, Robin. I said, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, as much if, you know, if there's $5-6 million flowing in a month. I am so wealthy in friends and love and relationships that it just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. And that is something that, you know, during this holiday season that we can all be grateful for. And when we're going out there, seek that. You know, don't just seek, you know, a new business or increase. Seek new relationships. Seek deeper, more meaningful relationships, because those are the ones that last the longest. Those are the ones that, you know, like Robin said, it seems like we've known each other a long time. I forgot that we just met this year. Seriously, I forgot until you said that just now, because it seems like so much longer. But that's what happens when genuine connections happen.
Well, it's really true, and we are in the relationship business, so this is the time, whether it's personally or professionally, to nurture those relationships that are important, to take quality time to be with those people and to live in those really wonderful, deep questions when you get to be with people personally or on the phone, or, you know, when you meet them at a party, to ask one I love that, Mani, one question that is meaningful to them, to you, so that there's time to further connect, because these relationships do last a lifetime, and this is the time of year where we get to really, a lot of people take the opportunity to stay in touch. Then we may hear from certain people only once a year, and so what you might want to do is send out a holiday card early, you know, in between Thanksgiving, Christmas, or even send it out now. There's many different vehicles that make it easier these days to do that, and I'm thrilled about that, so that you can be in touch. And email is a great way too. Something that I'll be posting on our Wise Women Weekly Facebook page, I just redid it for this year, are some year-end questions for completion and creating the new year. And I've been these out for almost 30 years, and I have a following of people that if I don't get them out, they make sure I remember to get them out. And I finally set up a, you know, a contact manager system so that I can send them out all at once finally, and upgrading my systems. And I hear from people every year. They've gone all over the world, and every year I want to change the questions, and every year I realize let's keep them the same, because I've got a notebook with all my questions from all these years that I've been doing this, and it's such a wonderful thing. So looking at rituals, personal rituals you want to have for yourself, of, you know, staying in touch, staying connected, showing people you care, because over the years that's what matters. When you have something special, and you talked about it earlier, Mani, you know, this time of year you may have a product or service, people are spending money, so, you know, just being in touch and let them know that you may have something that would be a fit for them. So that's a thoughtful thing to do. And I want to shift a little more to the personal side, because this is a reflective time for many people. It's a time where we take a look, like Monty was saying, where we assess the year and, how did it go? Or how didn't it go, for that matter? What went well? What could we do even better? What are our, writing our script for our ideal life for the next year is a wonderful thing to do, and really take a look at the different dimensions of life. Our health, our finances, our business, our emotions, look at all the different dimensions of life and really kind of take the time, because that's how we get to write the script for our life. That's how we get to, end the life and our year. And I've been thinking about, because Thanksgiving's coming up, and I'm married into a very large family, and I've just started to ask people, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? And we usually have, immediate family for us is about 30.
Wow.
We have to kind of reconfigure our house a bit to fit everyone, but we get it figured out. And this year, several of the kids are going to be with their sibling in Washington, so it's only 20 this year. And it's fun to look at how to be on Thanksgiving, and I learned from one of my favorite chefs on how to make a turkey in the easiest way possible and the tastiest way possible. It's cutting it up, so I don't have to spend all day in the kitchen. And we started a new ritual last year to go to yoga class on Thanksgiving morning. Our favorite teacher offers a class, so as a family we go to yoga class and start the day. And I know some people do a turkey run or a walk, getting outside, doing something really healthy for your body, and just being conscious about how do you want to be, and enjoy the holiday, and what is the most important part about the holiday, and it's being together and having quality time. So personally, I like to do as much as I can ahead of time so I can be present with people and enjoy them, because I'm usually the one, much of the time that hosts the big gathering, and I'm very experienced with that one, so I know how to do it. I know what I can do ahead of time and enjoy the holiday. And as we step into the holidays, to realize, like you said, Monty, you bought into that Black Friday thing, and there's so much that goes on that seems to add to the stress level of a lot of people at the holidays, and it's a choice. We don't have to do Black Friday. We don't have to buy into all the commercialization. You might want to do a media fast. When people are over, turn the phones off, turn the computers off, turn technology off. I have a friend who took a 2-month technology vacation and got tremendous. I know, that's huge.
Wow.
But, even a Sabbath from it for a few hours, once a week. Is something you can do, and realize that the stress thing happens. So what are some? I just want to give a few tips, some healthy tips to really have a healthy holiday season, and one of them is something really basic and simple, which is getting outside, putting our feet on Mother Earth. If we've got snow on the ground, it's a little harder, but getting some fresh air, getting some sunshine, because that will make a difference in our stress level. Breathing deeply, keeping with our regular routines. If you're a walker, getting out and doing a half-hour walking several times a week will definitely decrease stress. And knowing what foods are your triggers. What foods do you feel good when you eat, and what foods don't you feel good? And make a conscious choice. And it's not like we're all going to be perfect. We're all human. That's fine. But it's okay to have some things you don't normally have. But when you're cooking, you can make healthier choices in ingredients when you're doing certain things. And I've been using coconut oil a lot. That's just an example of what I'm doing, because coconut oil it is a fat. It's a very healthy fat. It doesn't go to fat in our bodies. It helps us burn fat. Right. You can use it in cooking. You can use it in baking. You can use it all over the place. You can use it, for many, many, many different things. So as we're, really looking at what does healthy mean for us, is what are some healthy choices so we can really enjoy the holidays. And homemade gifts are wonderful things. Giving something that you took the time to be with someone. Like I said, I have a large family, so I knit a few times a year. at this time of year. So, I kind of go through the family, and I've been making certain things through the year, and that's nice. And I'm making some home food items that I'll be sending to family from our garden, which is wonderful to do. And, simple things like giving someone a massage, just, personal touch. And we give coupons to our family members, a date out with the grandkids that they get to sleep over and get the dinner and movie of their choice. And, they get to be in the hot tub as many times as they want. And, just really doing things that are thoughtful and personal, that don't cost money, that that says you care about someone. So what are some of the things that you like to do on a personal level, Monty, to really enjoy this time of year in a place of gratitude and peace versus Black Friday energy?
Well, for me personally, one of the things that's very healing and soothing for me is music. And so I play a lot of music, so I love the sound of it. I love the vibration, and I sing and I dance around the house. As a matter of fact, last night I had a dance off with my nephew. I tell you, I was cutting a rug. That was so much fun. It was so much fun. And next thing you know, we're all in the kitchen. It's me, my sister, my youngest son, my nephew, and then my oldest son's friend comes in. He goes, "This is so exciting!" And we've got the music playing, and we're all dancing and having a good time. And the reason why is because that's when you're carefree at that moment. You're not thinking about business. You're not thinking about, do the dishes need done right now? You're not thinking about, what do I need to sort? You're just having fun, being in the moment, and enjoying yourself. And that's one of the things that's the most fun for me to do. And I love to entertain. I love to have people over. And like you were sharing, I love to cook and to serve. That's something that people think that it's a lot of work for me. Sit down, Monty. But I enjoy that. That's one of my ways that I express love, is to say I've prepared something, and I've put my heart into it, and I do everything from serving the plates, sit down. I've got everything just really, beautifully prepared. So that's one of the most fun things for me too. And then also during this time of year, I like to write personal notes. And I like to write those notes, not in email, not in social media, but and sometimes I'll include it in a card, but it'll just be like, what did I appreciate about you? What am I grateful for about you? And these are thank you notes. These are, I appreciate you being an amazing friend. I appreciate you being in my life. I appreciate, how you listened to me during, this, when I needed you. And so those are things that I like to do. And oftentimes when I'm writing, I'm tearing up, and because I'm pouring out, of myself. But though it's cleansing, it's healing, and it feels really, really amazing to do.
Oh, my dear, such a wonderful gift to hear that. And how often do we take time? And I think a lot of people don't realize how we get so little personal messages in the mail these days, and snail mail. And you might want to notice when you get your mail how most people shuffle through it to take a look and see if there's anything personal, and a check, of course. But we're looking for something personal, and that's the first thing we open. So taking time to send a personal note, you never know how much that could make a difference to someone. There's a beautiful quote from Maya Angelou, and I just love this one. She goes, "People don't remember what you said. People don't remember what you did. People remember how you made them feel."
Yeah.
And so when you're sitting, like you're talking about, Monty, and taking the time to really be present with someone and write a note to them about how you appreciate them or whatever that may be, that's something people will cherish. And as I'm going through and clearing out my clutter, I'm going through and I have all these notes. And I sent one to a friend. It was over 25 years ago that she sent me this note when I was moving away from where we lived, and we've reconnected after all these years just recently, and I scanned it and I sent it to her. It was really fun to do that, and I threw away a lot of notes, but I kept a few personal ones, and I have a special place where I keep them, because sometimes I like to go there and just because it feels good. So I love that you do that, and music is one of those wonderful things that can create a feeling so fast. You know, music that can relax us, and having music go on in the house that's relaxing, having wonderful smells. Essential oils are a great thing.
Yeah.
Before this program, I put on one of my favorite peace and calming oils, and I like to have that going on as a diffuser. You know, the things that we can do in our home. My husband loves Christmas music, loves Christmas music, and there's this one CD that it's the only one that gets to be played all year long. It is a Christmas one, but for the most part, it starts early and it ends late, and it's something that brings him a lot of joy. And there's so many different kinds of holiday music. So finding some favorite family things that people love, and taking the time to cut up. I love it. And spontaneous dancing in the living room or in the kitchen. And when you're joyfully cooking, you're adding all that joy into the food. And some people don't realize that the state of being we're in when we're cooking gets transferred into what we are making, and people can feel. It's like when you go to a fast food place, you don't get the soul. But when you go to some place where it's real home cooking and you can feel the love in the food, it's different. So being conscious and trying not to do too much multitasking and being really present when you're preparing these great things. And cooking together is such a wonderful thing to do. Being in the kitchen together, we have one oven, and when we have a crowd of 30, that's an interesting thing. When the kids decide to make their pies the day of Thanksgiving, and I just have to surrender and know that everything's going to be okay. It's just the way it is. So we learn as we go, and I got a little convection oven to help me along. So looking for ways to have less stress so we can enjoy more and be more present with each other, which is what the holidays are about, is to be together and hang out together. And, whether it's enjoying the football game or dancing or playing games, we always like as a family to play charades after Thanksgiving or Pictionary, because it's just so much fun. And you never know, and the little ones just jump in and play too, because we have all ages. So it's just great. Look at what kind of rituals do you want to have as a family, or with your friends if you don't have family close by. What are some holiday rituals? Because we are the script writer of our own life. How do you want your holidays to be? Any final comments, Monty?
Yeah, my final comment is that I thought today's show was amazing, and I loved everything you had to share. I was feeling like it was Thanksgiving coming up already. As a matter of fact, what's so funny is I actually started shopping for Thanksgiving yesterday, and so my sister and I, were going all through Whole Foods and enjoying, and oh, this would be good, and I'm planning things out because we sometimes like to try, a new dish, each year, and something new to add to see if it'll become part of what we keep. And so that was fun. But today felt like a really special show, Robin. I really enjoyed hearing about your family traditions and talking about gratitude and why this is an amazing time where things don't have to slow down, but they can be I heard someone say, was it relaxed intensity? Is that what a word was? Where we can still be building a great business, but we can be relaxed and we can enjoy it and have fun with it, but be mindful that we can give the gift of sharing what we have and what we do and make new friends along the way. So I'm really grateful for today, and I hope that all of you listening got a lot out of it. You want to take it away to close it out?
Sure, thank you. It's always a joy to be with you and to be with our listening audience, and we wish for you truly the best holiday season you've ever had, and to take the time and decide, how do you want it to be, personally and professionally, to realize that developing new relationships is one of the gifts of the holiday season. To be interested versus interesting asks a lot of great questions. Take really, really good care of yourself. Do those things that help you stay peaceful and calm so you can be present with the people that are important, and realize that that will affect your life and your business, and that this is a time where we can actually enhance our business by enhancing the relationships that are important, and live in those wonderful questions for ourselves and share them with our team and share them with our families. And so we want to take the time to thank each and every one of you for being with us and for being a model of, I listen to Eric Worre a lot. He goes, to realize, to go pro, because what we have is such an amazing profession, and to be a professional in our profession is a gift to everyone, to embody and model a dream lifestyle. So what are your dreams? And write down how you want your holiday season to be, and know that we're very grateful to have you in our world, in our life, and thank you for sharing the wisdom from Wise Woman Weekly, wisewomanweekly.com, and you can find us on our Facebook page, Wise Woman Weekly, presented by Enlightened Networking. And next week we have Sharon Lechter. I know, that's very exciting. So Sharon, as many of you know, is the co-author of all the Rich Dad, Poor Dad books, and we have many wonderful guests coming. So thank you so much, and bye everyone.